Hello, everybody. Welcome to the after party. I can't even do it the fucked up way. My heart's not in it. Heart's not in it. Stargazer Nuts, you made me laugh really hard just a moment ago. She said he went straight to Twitter and got pissed. It's like you know me. Much like I shouldn't read Twitter in the morning, I probably shouldn't read Twitter right before bed because maybe it's because I was already a little annoyed from that last story I read on Monkey in the Morning. But I saw something that just it annoyed me in about 5 different ways. Maybe it's actually only 3 different ways, but oh dear God, sweet tap dancing Christ. I get done with the show, tell Jack and Gamer bye, and I go over to Twitter. I'm scrolling around a little bit, just seeing what's going on. Having a little me time right before bed. And then I came across this. It's a post from Shoe on Head. It says, whoops, let me get this out of the way. There we go. This TikTok girl went viral yesterday for her cute accent and got canceled in a record 24 hours for following Blaire, Greg, and I. Now she's apologizing as if they're not going to keep finding things to cancel her over until they see her cry. Extremely healthy website. She goes on. Let's look at what she's talking about here. This is, sorry, I can't blow that up any bigger because I've already clicked on it, but it says, this little Jersey e-girl is following white supremacists, so I don't know why y'all standing her this hard. And this is her reply. We'll get to it in a minute because it annoys the fuck out of me as well. And then she says, as I was saying, and I'm getting secondhand stress. And then finally, this tweet. This tweet is still up, collecting likes and retweets several hours after she unfollowed and apologized, but they don't actually give a shit. It's about clout. Oh, so many things. Oh, so many things. And then even more stuff to get to. Oh, about the same fucking topic. I may swear a little bit in this one, you guys. All right, let's start with the oh God. Let's take a look at this young lady, shall we? We're gonna bring up her work, you guys. This is the first video that comes up if you go to her page. Let's hang on. I'm not gonna do the whole thing because I don't want to. I'm not. It's not really about her, but for those of you who are wondering, what cute accent or what kind of stuff this is her. And
I went to the chiropractor the other day, right? He's the only person in the world who's allowed to touch me. Now, I have scoliosis, so my spine is kind of shaped like a lightning bolt. So my tailbone kind of goes like up like this behind.
If you want to see the rest of it, I'll drop her link, her Twitter link in here. But yeah, that's her accent that everybody fell in love with. I don't know about y'all, but I couldn't listen to that for more than. It's a good thing she's on TikTok because I couldn't listen to it more than a couple of seconds at a time. Because there is nothing sexy about the Jersey accent. Sorry, Jerseyans. There's nothing sexy about it at all. Nothing sexy about it at all. It sounds like a Southerner got kicked in the head. And I don't mean that mean. It's just I can't take it. I know some people can because obviously you guys breed. But yeah, that would make my dick just shrivel right up. Probably not the point I should be making at the moment. Oh, God. Monkey, what the fuck are you doing? But look, if people think it's cute, fine. Good on them. I'm glad. Go follow her. As I said, I will throw her Twitter into here. If you want to watch more, go watch her. Follow her. There's nothing wrong with the girl. Except for her response to this. Her response to this is going to be the first thing that annoys me. We'll get to the rest of it later. But this was her response to being canceled. She said this, apparently I'm a white supremacist now. I followed Blaire White, but I do not agree with her politics. I like hearing all sides of politics, even the ones I don't agree with. Racism is not and never has been okay. Sorry for any confusion. She goes on to say, I accept and acknowledge my privilege to be able to say that. The last thing I would ever want is for people to think I would want to support or enable any type of bigotry. Thank you for hearing me out, and more importantly, informing me. And then she's not done yet, you guys. She goes on to say, hey, this is not an invitation to attack anyone. They had valid concerns, and I don't blame them for calling me out. I thank them for informing me, and I'm asking you all not to send any hate their way. She's not done yet. One last note. Just as I showed my support for the trans community previously, that same sentiment stands for any type of discrimination. Racism, homophobia, transphobia, sexism, etc. of any kind is not welcome here. I also express that I support sex workers and that they should be respected. Not sure where this whorephobic thing came from. That's her answer. Her answer is, I followed Blaire White. She unfollowed her. And sorry that I'm privileged and I love everybody. Please don't hate me. Why are you calling me whorephobic? The whorephobic comes from her making a joke about being dressed like a hooker and making a joke about getting black tar heroin on a corner from Daddy. Not making that up. So that's her response. Bend over here. Let me, don't lube it. It's all right. Just ram it right up in there. If she hadn't have made this response, I probably would have followed her. When you have to sit there and be told how to, it'll be a cold day in fucking hell when I would let Twitter tell me how to act. And I mean that sincerely. If you don't like how I act, go fuck yourself. That's how I feel. Now, she's trying to get some fame, you guys. She's getting TikTok famous. She blew up a little bit. She has 90,000 followers over here on Twitter, and I don't go to TikTok, so I don't know how many are following her over there. But she got a decent following out of this, and so she's got to say the right things. And she was partially correct. We'll get to her in a minute, but she's partially correct in saying that there's no stopping now. The mob has been enraged, and they need their blood. You need to throw yourself on their altar. You need to go do something to make up for it. You need to go bang a tranny is what you need to do. Oh, sorry. We're not allowed to say tranny, right? I'm sorry, YouTube. You need to go bang a trans person so that they will forgive you. And you need to do it while wearing a yarmulke and reciting the Emancipation Proclamation and voting since you're a woman. I don't know. I don't know how you come back from something like that. They're mad at her because she followed somebody on Twitter. This has become a thing recently. There's like, oh, you followed somebody. You were a horrible person. They're a horrible person. That makes you a horrible person. You followed them. That doesn't mean shit, dumbass. I follow a lot of people I absolutely dislike. Some of them I downright hate. If you think following somebody on Twitter means jack shit, then you're a fucking moron. Could it show that you're supportive of what they do? Sure. Does that mean absolutely that's what it is? No, moron. Hey, Jack, how you doing?
Good. What's going on?
I got annoyed on Twitter.
Oh, that took 5 minutes.
It really did. It's this Egirl, this TikTok chick, is getting canceled because she followed Blaire White. That's all she did wrong.
That sounds very transphobic to me.
Well, it's kind of funny because they don't seem to notice that. They called her a white supremacist for following Blaire White. I've never known Blaire to be racist, let alone a full-on white supremacist. So I don't know where that came from, but apparently Twitter knows more than I do. But instead of telling these people to go fuck themselves, she bent over, Jack. She bent over. She part of what she wrote is, I accept and acknowledge my privilege to be able to say that, for saying sorry for following somebody.
That's part of the cancel culture, man. They can't let it go. And you have to apologize and do your Hail Marys or whatever the equivalent is. And people think that still works. It doesn't. No matter what you do, once you've wronged them somewhere, you're always blacklisted.
Yeah, and that's kind of what Shoe on Head, because I really am tired. Sorry about the yawn, guys. That's kind of what Shoe on Head was getting at, but Shoe on Head did it. I think she misses the point, because what brought this up, Jack, to me at least, brought it to my attention, was a Shoe on Head tweet that ended with her. It's a tweet thread, said, the tweet is still up collecting likes. This is talking about the one that first went after her. Likes and retweets several hours after she unfollowed and apologized, because they don't actually give a shit. It's about clout. It's not about clout. I don't think it has anything to do with clout. It has to do with people conforming to what the Twitter mob has decided is the right thing to do. You have to follow the SJW playbook to the letter, or they're going to get you. And if you show any weakness towards that, they will not stop.
Even then, even if you're playing by the rules change so frequently, you never know when your card is getting pulled.
And yeah, it is probably because she was blowing up that they went after her for it. They probably were like, because it was some chick who went after her, because of course it was. I don't think they would have gave a shit if she hadn't started blowing up. So if that's what Shu meant by it's about the clout, maybe. But they're not going to stop going after her because there's blood in the water. There's blood in the water. She followed a white supremacist. And again, I don't know how Blaire's a white supremacist, but that's their claim.
Yeah, I don't get it.
It annoys me that that's the answer that Shu gave, though. And here's why. Because we all know what this is, Jack. This is the same old SJW bullshit it's been for the last 5 years.
Yep.
Same old thing. This is Shu makes a lot of jokes about is this 2015? Is this 2016? This is 2016. I don't understand how that's in any way in question. How in any way that's not quite obvious. This is the outrage mob.
That's been going on for years. I don't understand why she pretends to be shocked by this.
I also wonder, do you think with some of the stuff that Shu has said and some of the accusations that have been thrown just against Shu, do you think Bernie Sanders would like her following him?
Probably not.
You can't be a Democrat and not be fully on their side, guys. Sorry. I talked about this last night, Jack, when you weren't here. The Republicans lately, at least, have a much bigger tent than the Democrats do. They're far more willing to accept a little bit of disagreement. There are pro-choice Republicans. There are even some Republicans who are for some gun control. There are it's more of a, okay, as long as you're with us on most stuff, it's okay if you're not with us on that one thing. It's not that way in the Democratic Party right now. There are certain litmus tests. You have to be for abortion, period. And if you're not, then you're a bad person. And it goes down all the way to, if you follow the wrong person on Twitter, they will cancel your ass. No matter how open-minded you are on everything. Everything. You can agree with them on everything. You could be following that person, hate following him, the way I follow Chris fucking Saliza. But you follow him. How dare you? Now you got to go away, bitch.
Well, it's sort of like joining a cult.
It
Any amount of disagreement, the communists do this all the time. You have to be met with swift and brutal punishment for falling out of line, because even the minor infractions lead to bigger ones.
Communists, you say?
I know.
That's a weird coincidence.
I know.
Odd.
Weird.
Oh, for fuck's sake, man. They're canceling this girl because of who she followed. And oh God. We need our wake-up moment, Jack. Not woke. We need our wake-up moment. a wake up moment to realize this kind of shit is fucking petty and stupid.
It's not going to come for a while. It's got to get a lot worse. I mean, look at all the Karens that are coming out of the woodwork now. That shit's starting to get on people's radar, but the normies really have no idea about this stuff. Too many people are wrapped up in their day-to-day. They don't see how the casual little things like this build up and what it actually means by totality. They just get little glimpses at it. So until they're exposed to it more, it's not going to change.
Let's see.
You got a super chat.
Oh, thank you, Buddy Balzac. Keep your vocals lubed. It's my birthday in 2 weeks. I will do my best. Let's see. I'm tired of this shit, Jack. I'm tired of it. I'm so tired of the left being allowed to get away with this shit. And people on the left who, sorry, Shu, you're on the left. This is the kind of stuff that you support, whether you support it or not. I get it. Shu is one of, and I don't mean that against Shu, because Shu's actually one of the few who still goes out there and calls out this kind of bullshit, where everybody else is like, I'm not doing that anymore because SJWs don't really exist. And Shu, at least she still does it. I'll give her credit for that. She still goes after the crazy part of it. But this is the left. This is what they do. This is how they are. And I hate to be that, but this is how they are. It's how they fucking are. They will destroy you for not having the right thing. Destroy your life, your family, your career, anything they can, because you're not thinking like we want you to. Yeah, it's fucking disgusting.
That race car driver that lost sponsorships because of something his dad said.
Yeah, his dad dropped an N-bomb. His dad dropped an N-bomb decades ago, and he lost sponsorships for it. Even though he came out and went, I don't agree with this at all. I disavow what he said. Too late, man. Sins of the father, motherfucker. Good luck with that.
Yeah, it's sick, and it's destroying people's lives. And I don't know why people are so passive about it when they find out about it, but they are afraid. They don't want to be next.
Dangerous, you motherfucker. He said they must fight racism, especially all those Uncle Toms. Yes. They're also giant fucking hypocrites. And that's why I am trying to give Shu credit. I don't want to take this out on her, because you guys would not believe how many times she has pissed me off, but it's not her, it's what she's retweeting. Because she still does call out stupidity quite often, and good on her for doing so. But the left is fucking cancer. It's still cancer. It never stopped being cancer. It's just gotten worse and more acceptable.
Yeah.
So many, the SJWs are beaten. There's no SJW. It's so stupid to call people SJW. Fuck you. They're still out there and they're still ruining people's lives. This girl did nothing wrong. She followed Blaire White. What if she even liked Blaire White? Ooh. She was very clear to tell us, Jack, that she does not agree with Blaire White's political positions. Okay, what if she did? Here's you know how you deal with a hate mob on Twitter?
Ignore them.
Tell them to go fuck themselves. And then ignore. If you give in to them, they're just going to keep taking, man.
Oh, every time. Now they've got their hooks in you.
Yep. You are their bitch now, sweetheart. You better toe that line. And this is... Go ahead.
Her next infraction, they will throw this back up in her face and be like, look, you've already done something like this once before.
Yeah. This is what I was talking about. I was making jokes earlier about Joe Rogan. Were you with me then, or had you not come in yet? When I talked about Joe on the last show?
I caught about half of it, I
think. Joe Rogan, that's right, you did come in right near the end. Joe Rogan has fuck you money. He doesn't care if somebody doesn't like what he says.
Yeah.
I have fuck you poorism. I'm too poor to give a fuck what you think. But there's a middle ground in there where people are coming up and trying to make something of themselves. And that's where this girl's at. She's basically forced into doing this right now. Because if she doesn't, they will absolutely destroy her. Absolutely destroyed. She may come back from this. She may have done enough of an apology to have them go, oh, okay, you disavowed, you hate homophobia and transphobia and whorephobia. That's what they called her, whorephobic, Jack. Yeah. Called her whorephobic.
Is that a thing we're doing now?
It's apparently a thing we're doing. Because she made a joke about being dressed like a hooker.
What a world.
Yeah. You're whorephobic. That's fucking whorephobic. That shouldn't even be a word. It's not a word. That's some made up bullshit.
Yeah. Pete just came out in chat and admitted that he is a slutaholic. A slothaholic.
Slothaholic, thank you. Did you call him a slutaholic?
Yeah, I thought it said slutaholic. I'm not very close to the monitor, so.
Pete, I disavow Jack.
Well, I like sluts. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but
I don't know how many he's drinking a night. This stuff is getting on my last fucking nerve because this should have been over in 2016, and it's just gotten worse. And it went national, man, with Me Too. That was the national version of cancel culture. And it's calmed down a little bit, but not all that much. And this girl did nothing wrong, and they're going after her because she followed someone.
Yeah, that's all it takes, man. They'll find a target and latch onto it.
How is that acceptable? You're basically talking about Twitter Karens. That's what these are.
Oh, yeah. These are your moral nannies. 30 years ago, they were talking to us about the evils of rap music, heavy metal, and Dungeons and Dragons. Now it's the same thing. It's just a different mindset. They went from being religious zealots to being PC zealots. It's the same mentality.
Political correctness pisses me off. Everything's pissing me off this morning, Jack.
I noticed that.
Eagle says, never apologize, just walk away. Yeah. No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. And I get what you're saying because they'll still come after you. But if you think you did something wrong, absolutely apologize and then let it go. I have no problem with that. And I know it's like, don't show weakness. And we've seen time and time again that that's probably the right way to do it. But as a man with integrity, I would say sorry if I think I did something wrong, and then I'd move on. But otherwise, yeah, just fuck. I'd tell them to go fuck themselves and move on. Summer, thank you. AKA SW workers are above reproach now. Sex workers, yeah. Look, I'm not against sex workers. I've talked about them many times and how I feel prostitution should be legal, and that's why I was specifically whorephobic. It's not sex workers, because sex worker includes your phone sex operator, your porn stars, your cam girls, all of that shit. This was specifically whores. Okay, you're whorephobic, Jack. The fuck is that?
I don't know.
She made a joke about how she was dressed like a whore and she was going to be on the corner getting black tar heroin from her daddy. Exactly. And that's whorephobic.
Get over it. These people have no sense of humor and they want to destroy everyone else's fun.
Yeah.
This is how censors are born. Like, you want a book burning, these are the people that start that shit.
Well, I'm curious how many of these assholes would actually go to a book burning.
I bet it'd be more than you think if they thought the cause was justified. If it was like copies of Rush Limbaugh's books, they'd be there.
Yeah, book burning. Censorship is okay as long as it's censoring the things we don't like. Man, that we keep coming back to communism, Jack.
I know. It seems to be a theme this year.
It's odd.
Yeah. It's almost like it's infiltrating our society or something.
And see, this is the point where I think Shoe on Head is absolutely wrong, and it's because of her politics. Because, sweetheart, you're almost a commie, let's be honest.
Yeah.
He supported Bernie, and that man is a fucking communist. He's not a communist. He's a socialist democrat. The bread lines, at least you get the bread.
If you're lucky.
Castro was an asshole, but that was my throat. I didn't mean to do that. Castro, he was an asshole, but at least he taught him to read.
Whatever. They already had a good literacy rate before that.
Nah, man. No, that's what. Yeah, Bernie isn't a communist. He just likes a whole lot of their policies.
Yeah, he just likes hanging out with them.
Red lines and forced schooling so you can learn what the government wants you to before they shoot you if you say the wrong thing. But yeah, that's where this stuff is headed, man. I love that we live in the States, Jack, because if we lived anywhere else with this group of people in our country, it would be a whole different country.
Oh yeah.
If it wasn't for things like the Supreme Court decision about free speech, yeah, we would have already been censored. We'd have already been being jailed for saying the wrong things.
Yeah, and I really don't like camping anymore. It's a lot of work.
Funny thing is they're the first ones that'll go after. They'll go after first. Well, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the problem with communism. Everybody thinks they're going to be the ones that are in charge, but it's not how it works because there's always people that have more ambition behind the scenes.
I can't believe I turn on to Twitter and this is the shit that I see.
It's Twitter, man. What'd you expect? It's full of fucking lunatics.
No, I get that. I do, but canceling a girl for who she followed. I've seen them try this with people before, you know. Like, you followed so-and-so. You once retweeted so-and-so. They do that with Donald Trump a lot. He retweeted a white supremacist. Does he follow him? No. Then it probably passed across his Twitter and he agreed with it.
Yeah.
And it's not a white supremacist post. It just came. We were talking on Lords of the Night tonight, and Satsu was telling us about arguing with these people on Facebook. Real quick, Havoc, thank you so much. He's a democratic socialist. May I remind everybody the official name of the Soviet Union was Union of Soviet Socialist Republic. Indeed. But don't don't tell him. He was talking about how the COVID cases had been inflated. And like, would you have proof? And so he linked to a tweet that James Woods had tweeted out. But it was the video of that woman. I forget what exactly she does, but she was talking about how COVID deaths are being purposefully inflated. She's a government official.
Yeah.
And they told her, I wouldn't believe anything James Woods tweeted. Like, well, don't believe James Wood. Believe what the fuck she said. She's saying it. He's not saying it. He just tweeted it. But it's coming from the wrong source.
Oh, yeah. They only take their sources.
James Colley, thank you. What do you mean by these people? LOL. I see what you tried doing there, but I mean those fucking idiots on the left. Yeah, poor Ross Perot. He actually had to drop out of the presidential race over that. He dropped out and then came back in.
I still voted for him.
I was too young to vote for Ross Perot the first time. I forget. Well, what year is that? It was 92, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I missed it by a year. I probably still would have voted for Clinton myself at the time, being young and you know, more liberal than I absolutely am today. But yeah, he said, you people. Like, what do you mean, you people? He meant the people in the audience, but we're black. He didn't mean black people, dumbass. But that's how they spun it on the news.
Of course.
And he had to drop out for a while, and then he came back in a little bit later and cost George Bush the presidency. Excuse me. I got news for you. I got news for these people. You can't choose to just stop authoritarianism. If you champion it, it's kind of hard to stop. Well, it's what we were talking about. They never think it's going to be used against them. That's why, even though I don't agree with censorship and stuff like that, I always do laugh when some liberal gets booted off a public platform. Like, you called for this shitbag.
Yeah, they don't want to live under their own rules because they think they'll be exempted from them. They're going to be in charge.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be their decision on who gets what and who gets censored. But they have to live under those rules too, and they won't like that at all. And then they'll be like shocked if it blows up in their face.
And do you think that would work here if people started going after the Twitter army? I'm not saying get them kicked off the platform or anything, but like this lady who tweeted out that this chick follows Blaire, go find what she's done wrong on social media. Does it take that? Does it take feeding them their own medicine to get them to stop?
No, they use magical thinking and circular logic. You're always wrong. They are never wrong. It's an avoidance technique to get out of taking responsibility. They cannot accept that they've done anything wrong. See, they are the good ones. You are the bad one.
Yeah,
It's very, very difficult. It's like deprogramming somebody that just left a cult. They have to really reach the bottom and be really entrenched and see all sorts of bad shit. And then they'll be willing to come out of it, but they got to get deprogrammed because they still have all those weird cult thinking ways. These hardcore SJWs just do not think like rational people. They've bought into the propaganda. And some of them, let's face it, they're kind of dumb.
Is this, I hate to ask the question because somebody may be, Monkey, you just don't like college. Is this what college is giving us, or is this just social media? Is this just society?
Well, I mean, look at with the infection. It starts in elementary schools now, and it's through all of the education system. It's not just colleges. This starts a lot younger than that. I mean, we saw this 20 years ago when I was going through my methods teaching.
Mm-hmm.
It was starting then. And the whole thing when we were kids about participation awards, that's really where it started. They eliminate competition and focus on the team, the community, that sort of thing. It takes a village. And it infects that. Plus, they've also infected entertainment. So you're seeing like these messaging subtly or not inserted. Supergirl and Batwoman are a good example of that we talked about previously, because they have a lot of social messaging in there, and it's more of a glorified propaganda piece. You see it throughout all of our pop culture now. They've managed to infiltrate all these different groups with their pro-commie message, and they do a lot of that through like the diversity trainings and shaming people into having all these different types of trainings.
Thank you, Mighty Balzac. Moscow, 1978. Is this a store that doesn't have bread? No, that's across the street. We're the store that doesn't have meat.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well played. There's got to be something that can be done, Jack.
Well, people that have a different perspective need to start infiltrating these things in their own way and start producing their own pop culture that's more right-leaning or just oppositional to what this is. And that means you're probably going to have to buck the system, do it independently, crowdsource, that sort of thing. Try and get jobs in where you could get a secure professorship. And then once you can't get fired, then you be like, haha, I'm not like you. But you have to have people that are willing to put themselves out there on the line for that. And there will be, of course, casualties in the sense that there will be people who have their careers ruined. But it's the only way you're going to fight against it is to counteract their messaging with your own.
Eagle says, stop engaging them. See, I think that's, I can't.
I think stop capitulating to them for sure.
Definitely.
But again, that you're taking a big risk there, because if your livelihood is based off of getting jobs acting or in the teaching field or something like that, where these people are ingrained and have control, you have to make a decision whether you want to risk your career for making the stance. Is this the hill you're willing to die on? And a lot of people aren't that willing.
Eagle says, I know you can't, you're addicted. No, that's not what it is. That's not what it is at all. It's Monkey has a real problem of not being able to just let shit happen that I disagree with. I can't keep my fucking mouth shut, Jack. I've been that way my entire life, literally my entire life. I've been doing it since I was a child, a small child. And I feel that you have to fight for what's right. Whether it's verbally or, you know, all the way up through something like a war, you have to stand up to wrong, because what else are you going to do? Just let it happen? That seems to be what too many people are doing, is just letting it happen.
They're looking the other way because they're hoping somebody else will stand up and take the hit for them.
Yeah. This little girl, she made her apology and all that, but she's marked. She's marked. You realize she doesn't even have to do anything else wrong. She could live the rest of her life exactly how they want to. And all it takes is one jealous bitch to go, didn't you used to follow Blaire White?
Yeah.
And it comes right back.
Yeah, it's a brand, like a scarlet letter. It never goes away. You're always going to have that taint, and you will never be clean again.
And yeah, this is why I don't like it. Maybe it's just cults I don't like, Jack. I don't like such rigid thinking and such rigid rules to be part of a group. It's probably why I shun groups altogether, because I don't want to be part of your fucking rules.
Well, it tends to devolve into this sort of nonsense too. So yeah, I understand that completely, but unfortunately, this has become part of a broader problem that used to be just kind of contained to various corners of the internet. Now it's everywhere. You know, these people used to be marginals, and now they're running things, and even normal people on the left are starting to kind of see it, but they have to do something about it for it to matter. And we're not seeing that. We're seeing some people try that, but there's not enough.
What we're seeing is mostly the opposite. I mean, where you used to have people who would call this shit out, where the entirety of the YouTube at one time would be like, oh, fuck these people for what they did to this girl. Now there's going to be someone, oh, she followed Blaire White, man. People who used to hang out with Blaire White. Be like, she followed Blaire White. She's obviously a white supremacist. You shouldn't have been doing that. I wonder if those people have ever thought about the fact that a lot of you follow me. All it takes is somebody to go back and find some of the jokes Jack's made. I mean, me, that I've made. I was going to blame that on you for a second, but I
don't care.
I got to own my shit there, Jack.
Yeah. I say dumb shit all the time. I don't give a fuck.
We say some horrible things, but it's always in a joking manner. But that doesn't matter to these people. I mean, again, horror-phobic because she made a joke about looking like a hooker. We know what hookers look like. Come on. Even though that's not what all hookers look like. We need to point that out. I mean, she was specifically, I assume, talking about streetwalker. You know, a dirty whore.
Well, again, this comes back to the death of shame. Shaming someone used to mean something, and they've gotten rid of that so that everybody is kind of on the same field. Well, that doesn't work as a society. You need to have a certain level of conformity within society as a whole for the system to work.
I want to correct you there, because shame, we have talked about this before, and I've agreed with that, but this girl's being shamed.
Yeah, but she's being shamed in an unhealthy way, not in a betterment of society kind of way. Shaming someone for looking like a trashy whore is saying you have more value than that.
Sure.
Stop devaluing yourself. That's what she was doing. But this is a different form of shaming. This is a vindictive type of shaming.
Yeah, Midnight just said it. The purpose for shaming has changed. Well, I don't think it has. I think I mean, in a way, the purpose has, but the purpose is still to conform people to the overall societal standard. It's that societal standard has changed.
Yeah.
And I don't think it has changed as much as people I don't want to say this. It has changed, but it's mostly because of people who keep their mouths shut, people who don't want to cause any trouble, don't want to rock the boat. These good people that I've talked about so many times who need to quit sitting on their ass and quit talking about how, we really don't need to we don't need to make people feel bad about themselves. Do we really need to tell that joke? Fuck you. Yes. Yes. I needed to tell that joke. How do you like that?
Yep.
James Colley, thank you. Leave my sister out of it. Whores need love too. Just not from you if it's your sister. Throwing that out there. Thank you for the donation. Wait. You threw me $2 and your sister's a whore. She's not a $2 whore, is she? Tell her to lease up the price for inflation. That used to be a joke, a $2 whore.
Yeah, that's like 2 weeks worth of ramen noodles.
He says stepsister. All right, that makes it okay. As long as you guys aren't blood related, you do you or her, whatever. Yes, meth is cheap. God damn it. Did a dam burst near you? No. Let's see. I'm trying not to be upset by this, Jack.
Well, that's just a sign of the times, man. This is going to keep happening until people get sick of listening to Twitter mobs.
I wish it was just Twitter.
Yeah, but it's the same mentality. If you ignore these people that are on one platform, there's a good chance they start to go away. You take away their power by not listening to them.
Faithless says intent is to destroy now, not to encourage better behavior.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, we have seen a few rare cases where they get redeemed in the eyes of their accusers, but it's not very often. Usually it's just, okay, you have to go away now. But no, Keever, the dam that broke is on the other side of the state. It's the way that they go after him and over the silliest, stupidest shit. And again, I know I've banged this drum many times, guys, but comedy, that the whole whore shaming thing, the whore phobic bullshit. She made a joke, Jack. A fucking joke.
Nope. Jokes are the devil's playground because jokes mean that you can point out something and people will laugh at it. You can't laugh at the system. This is serious. Everything is serious. Hitler used to round up, and I hate to go to that as an idea, but Hitler and Stalin both used to do that. They would go out and round up anybody that criticized the state through humor. So if you made any kind of off-color joke, you were no longer a person. You disappeared. So that's kind of the same thing, is they want to destroy anybody who tries to make people laugh for stuff they care about. That's why all these lefty comedians are so unfunny. When was the last time Jimmy Fallon made a good joke? It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Same with Stephen Colbert and that other asshole, Jimmy Kimmel. They're not funny because their jokes are all just Orange Man bad, ha ha ha, dumb shit like that. It's not funny anymore because there's no sting to it. They've watered everything down and set the bar so low that anything remotely edgy is dangerous to them.
Oh, look, somebody's trying to dox me. Cool. And no, not you, Evolved Potato. He says, now we know which side of the state Monkey's on. Yeah, I'm on the western half of the state. I've said that before. Y'all, you just didn't listen, so now I'm offended you didn't listen to me before. God, I love pissing people off. John on Twitter, suck my cock. How you like that? Dox me, bitch. I don't care. Anyhow, just do better than the last asshole who tried it and doxed some poor bastard in New York. I forgot what I was talking about. I just saw that on Twitter. I'm like, oh, cool. I don't have the right thing, Jack. I don't think that I ain't thinking right. I really, no, I meant for that guy. Apparently I got to be outed. the rise of political correctness is probably one of the worst things that's happened in this country in the last 50 years as a societal whole. It is a move. It's new Puritanism, but with an entirely different mindset. It still keeps the same. I mean, you still have to fall within their guidelines, and they're removing any bad stuff. You're not allowed to, don't say that F word. That's where we've gotten to. I don't like Lenny Bruce, for fuck's sake. I don't like Lenny Bruce, but I appreciate what he did for free speech and comedy. And people are shitting all over that. He actually went to jail for that shit. Not like you fuckers who were sitting at home and somebody offended you, so you went to the Twitter mommy and daddy because somebody called you a fat fuck on Twitter. They called you retarded. And that's where this shit all started. If you hate SJWs, you should hate political correctness, because that's where it was born from. That is the unholy womb that gave us SJWs. These fucking assholes who are like, you can't make that joke, it means you're racist. Now it's got from you can't make that joke because that means you're racist, to you can't make that joke because it means you're whorephobic. Well, I wish I was joking.
I wish you were too, but it's taken a long time to get to this point. But this is the type of shit that like the Frankfurt School was building up to. You know, they wanted stuff like this to happen so they could you control the language, you control society. If people aren't allowed to say certain words, then you can't express those thoughts, at least in their minds.
Oh, and they've gone after the thoughts as well, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They'll tell you, because they tried controlling it just with the words. You can't say this word. You have to say this word instead, and that'll make society all better. We actually read the fucking UN just put that out yesterday, I think it was, Jack. They put out a fucking tweet that suggested that if you said businessman, or instead of businessman, say representative. I don't know why I remember that one very well, but if you say businessman, you're going to cause sexism. But if you say representative instead, that could cure sexism around the world, Jack.
I know, just like those pesky people hole covers.
It will bring gender equality.
Yeah, that's the type of empty platitudes that get nothing done and cause problems.
Well, yeah, so then you got to change, instead of what they're saying, because that didn't work. Now we have to go after the thought that they had. They better think right. You better think right. Better not make... What is allowed to be joked about anymore, Jack? Food?
White people.
White men. Be careful. White men. Cis white men.
Yeah, the most
cis heterosexual
evil.
White men.
Exactly. The most evil type of white man. Which is already pretty fucking evil.
So you make jokes about cis heterosexual white men, food. Can you make jokes about animals?
I don't know. It depends if there's a zoophile in the room.
Oh, and it can't be anything that hurts the animal.
Yeah.
Okay, so animals are off the table.
And sometimes food would be off the table because people do have eating disorders, and you might trigger them.
You might make an ethnic food joke.
Yeah. Oh my God, that'd be the worst.
Fuck. So just
bigots.
Just cis heterosexual white men, huh?
Yeah.
What about ghosts?
No, because ghosts are often seen as white and translucent, and that seems ableist.
You know, they're living impaired, so
yeah, and Ghastly would definitely take issue with that.
Well, yeah, he's a ghost. Nobody cares about his opinion. Physic jokes, I guess. I mean, fuck. What a depressing world we're building.
Yep. It's going to be a bleak future, kids. Buckle in.
Just, do you remember Laughter, Jack?
I do. It was fun.
It's one of the reasons I love this show is because we get to laugh. And I don't give a fuck. Twitter, you You can find out whatever you want and be as pissed off about what I say as you want. And I don't give a fuck. I do not care if you're offended, you pussy ass little crybaby bitches. Now there are people out there who hide behind jokes. There's absolutely those people. They have never met an N-word they didn't like. They're just that edgy. And I don't tend to associate with those people because I don't think that's funny. And most of the time it's not funny. If your entire joke is just that you dropped an N-bomb, that's not a joke. Sorry. That's lazy as fuck is what that is.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean I won't tell a joke about black people. Oh man, one of the funniest things I ever watched was my cousin get punched in the face by his black wife. Because she didn't hit him real hard because he was driving, but she did. She went to hit him on the shoulder and it slid off and hit him in the chin. But he made a joke about, it's an old joke. It was in the old gross joke books. It's name 3 things you can't give a black guy. I feel like I shouldn't give that punchline. Fuck it. It's a black guy, a fat lip, and a job. She fucking smacked the shit out of him. It was funny as fuck. Her reaction was funnier than the joke. Because the joke, I mean, that joke is lazy, to be honest. But it was funny as hell. She just nailed his ass. But there are black jokes out there that are funny, just like there's Irish jokes that are funny and honky jokes. I make white jokes all the time because I think white people are funny.
Everybody's funny. That's what comedy's for.
White people, yeah. Oh God, Jack, did you? There's a thread out there on Twitter. White people losing their shit because they go to Chipotle and there's leaves in their food. It's a fucking bay leaf.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and white people don't know what fucking seasoning is. That's just true. It's funny. I don't care if it was lazy. I found it funny. Some lazy jokes are funny, but that is a lazy joke. But yeah, white people losing their shit because they don't know what fucking seasoning is. They think seasoning is salt and pepper.
I'd like to point out that the talking monkey just made a joke about black people and referred to it as lazy.
You're an asshole.
You're welcome, Internet.
Lysol MGTOW, thank you, because you just got demonetized. Yeah, probably. I'm okay with it. I'll just tell Susan about my dick again. She'll be happy. Susan, it's long and pretty, sweetheart.
It's waiting for you.
It's got a really cute birthmark on it, too. You can try to lick it off. Cilantro is leaves also, indeed. Usually it's ground up, though. And usually, I mean, you don't... White people food doesn't generally come with whole leaves on it. Closest we get is parsley.
And spinach.
And that's the food itself, though.
I suppose, but it's often on things like sandwiches and...
I guess.
Healthy weirdos eat that shit.
I like spinach. I like fresh spinach, actually.
Oh, fuck that. Well, if it's fresh, it's okay. But
I do not like that canned shit.
No, that's gross.
It's like, Mom used to feed that to us. This is back in the day when that's what you ate was canned spinach before they realized you could serve that shit fresh.
Yeah.
And that shit is disgusting. We Italians use flavors. Yeah, I suppose. Oregano is the flavor.
Disgusting.
I've never tried it.
That's gross. Just lick the bottom of your shoe and take out the flavor, and that's about the same thing.
Which is an onion. That's an ingredient. That's not like putting cayenne pepper in something. White people can't dance either. I've seen you. I've been to white people dances. I'm a white person. Y'all can't dance, and it's funny. I love it. And you know what, Jack? One of the best things I ever saw in my whole life, and I mean this sincerely. There's a festival around here. Where the hell's that at? Idlewild. It was a long trip to go down there, but they have this music festival once a year. Probably not this year, but it's a Motown music festival. Because back in the heyday of Motown, all of the stars would actually come up to this little fucking place in the middle of nowhere, Michigan, called Idlewild, this little town. and they would just hang out there for weeks. And they would do music festivals, and they'd just be in the town in the middle of fucking nowhere. And then Motown went away, and all that's left of Motown in this place is this festival once a year. And I'd never heard of it. My friend, he asked me and my wife if we wanted to go. I'm like, sure, I like music. And I love Motown too. And they actually, who was it that was there? The Temptations? They had several bands, Jack, that were actually, you know, tribute bands, but I think it was what was left of the Temptations was there. But there's this one lady, everybody's sitting down, just listening to the music, having fun. This one lady, the whole time, dancing, and she could not dance worth a fuck. But she was enjoying herself, dancing like nobody was watching. And I'm like, you know what? You look like you're having a seizure, but good on you.
Yeah, she's having fun. That's worth it. But man, I don't do stuff like that. No.
Michigan is the middle of nowhere. Be more Idlewild. I said that.
That just sounds like you're making up a word.
How much more? No. Leelanau sounds like I'm making up a word. Charlevoix. We have some fucked up names up here.
Yeah. That's what happens when you let the French name shit.
We have a lot of shit that, like, I couldn't even begin to spell that. Mackinac, spelled with a C at the end. I don't know how the fuck that happened. It's actually spelled Mackinac.
Well, that's those fucking Indians. Yeah, I don't know. You got a lot of weird tribal names up there too.
Havoc, thank you. With white people, I got you. White people, Susan's racism, can't dance. As a Russian bot, I am fully qualified in the Hopik. Is that the little one that they do where they cross their arms in front of them and bend down and
I believe so.
Okay. I don't know the name of these dances. White people can't dance, and y'all should stop it. But do it anyway. White people dancing is like watching a person who is catatonic have a seizure. Oh, you're not wrong. Jesus Christ, Monkey, this was a quick turnaround for an AP. It's not the fastest one I've ever done. I missed that by about 5 minutes. But anyway, it's okay to joke about people. It really is. And we need to get back to just allowing it. It's okay to have jokes. There's nothing wrong with it.
It's not going to happen, man. It's going to be a while before that happens. You're going to have to see people get in trouble. Like, there'll be some people that's lives get ruined before it starts to turn around. You'll have to go through the whole Lenny Bruce thing all over again. Just in a different way.
That's why with the Matt Lauer thing, unfortunately for Matt, he has become a pariah. Nobody's going to defend him in this.
Yeah.
Even if he's absolutely correct. But I think that's what it's going to take for this shit to turn around is major people to get fucked over and then it to come out that they were fucked over.
Yeah.
Because nobody's going to listen. This poor chick over on TikTok/Twitter, no stars are going to come to her defense. No fucking major news people are going to come to her defense. Maybe some people will white knight and go, I'll follow you even though you're obviously a fucking lunatic. Her apology was absolutely pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. She kowtowed to him without them. And guys, don't go after them. They were absolutely right to tell me this. Were they?
She's afraid. She's young and she doesn't know what to do.
Faithless said he should have spoken sooner and fought back. He tried. His lawyer, originally his lawyer told him not to, but as soon as his lawyer cleared him to start speaking, Matt Lauer did. And in this case, he was specifically speaking against Ronan's book, which just came out recently. And for some reason, it got put off for publishing. He mentions in the article why, and I forget exactly. But for those of you who don't know the story, Matt Lauer had an extramarital affair with a woman, and she claims at one point that he put it in her butt when she was passed out.
And then they continued to date for a while.
Yeah, it's weird. Jack, check your Streamlabs.
Thank you, Lysol MGTOW, for the donation. Yay, money! Thank you very much.
I like money.
I like money too.
But yeah, recap on this Twitch girl thing. This girl on Twitter, actually, she's TikTok and Twitter, not Twitch. She blew up because people like her little Jersey accent, which again, I don't understand how anybody likes that. It made me want to shoot myself in the face. And I'm not being mean to the poor girl. It's her accent, but people are like, it's so cute. Like, there is nothing cute about the stereotypical Jersey accent.
It's only slightly better than Brooklyn.
Yeah, it's. But anyway, she starts blowing up, and some Karen-fied bitch decided to call management on her and tweets out that I don't know why y'all are standing for her. She follows Blaire White. I called her white supremacist because she follows Blaire, or she what'd she say? She said she follows white supremacists like Blaire White or some shit like that. I could pull up the tweet, but I'm being lazy right now. Anyway, suggested that she herself was probably a white supremacist because she followed Blaire White. And this girl comes back and she writes 5 different tweets to explain how wrong she was for following Blaire White. In the first tweet, she actually didn't do too bad in the first one, where she explains that she followed Blaire White even though she didn't agree with her politics. She likes to hear from all sides. Like, well, that's a good start. And then she said, and I realize the privilege I have to even be saying this. I'm like, I'm sorry, what?
I'm sorry you lost me, little white girl.
You zigged when I thought you were going to zag. What the fuck just happened? And yeah, so that she's being canceled because she follows Blaire White on Twitter, and she's unfollowed her. But that's not going to be enough. They also accused her of being, can't believe I have to say this word again, whorephobic, because she made a joke about looking like a streetwalker.
Now, if you had told me 20 years ago that we'd be starting phrases or sentences with "I acknowledge my privilege," I would have been like, what the fuck are you even talking about? I'm appalled I even know what you're saying right now.
Yeah, I know.
It's so ingrained in the culture that this has become like a rite of passage for all wrongdoers. I'm expecting criminals to get up at their to give their statement asking for mercy, to say, I acknowledge my privilege in the indigenous lands that we now occupy. What the fuck, man? This girl, I think, is just young and scared and trying to salvage what she sees as like her life, because that's all you think about when you're that age.
Faithless, that is very well said. Going for penitence with people with no mercy is utterly pointless.
It is. Yeah. There's no redemption. There's no redemption. You cannot be saved. You are always going to be that filthy sinner.
You are marked. Evolved Potato, thank you. Does this crazy lady think that because Blaire's last name is White that she is a white supremacist? It's
a possibility.
I don't know where the Blaire White's a white supremacist thing came from. I honestly don't. Maybe I missed something, but in a world where some people think that Lauren Chen is a white supremacist, I guess that makes sense. It doesn't make sense, but still.
All I'm saying is if I was with Lauren, I wouldn't be wearing no hoodie. You know what I'm saying?
God damn it. Let's see. Why does this matter? Tomorrow I'm firing 4 cunts. There's more important things in the world than this TikTok girl specifically, but the overall thing is pretty important to the world. Because I have grandchildren, Jack. Oh, I forgot to you want to hear a good story, Jack?
Sure.
Yesterday, I'm sitting here. I've been up for about an hour, and my medicine was not kicking in. So you've heard me when I'm bad. Yeah. That's how I was. And my phone rings, and it's Pumpkin's mom. And she goes, oh, did I wake you up? I'm like, no, I just hurt. What's up? And she goes, we were getting ready to go out, and Pumpkin thought we were going to your house because they don't go out very often. It's, Corona time. And most of the time they go out, even if they're going to the store, they'll bring her over here. So she thought she was going to see me. So she starts chanting, "Pa, pa, pa, pa." And they weren't coming to see us.
Oh.
So she goes, "So can you talk to her?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, put that baby on the phone. Why the fuck are you and I even talking? Put that baby on the phone." And so they put me on speakerphone, and I said, "Hello," and I said her name. And she goes, "Papa, Papa." I'm like, "Oh, I love you so much. I love you. I just want to hug you. I want to hug you and squeeze you and pet you." She's so cute. I think they're coming over tomorrow, so.
Oh, nice.
She'll get to see me tomorrow.
If you're not careful, they're going to set that kid up a PayPal, and every time that she calls you, you're going to end up transferring $5 over there.
That's all right. I'll do it. Who wants to back me for that? It was just, she called. She wanted to talk to her grandpa. She loves me. And she told me, her mom told me, right now you're her favorite person in the world. I'm like, I'm okay with that. Like it'll change in about 6 months to a year though. I noticed this with Little Butt. At one time, I was her favorite person in the world. I've been replaced by Grandma. I'm not cool with it, but I mean,
well, it's hard to let go of that celebrity.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just one, Lady Monkey is a wonderful grandma. When she's with Little Butt, she's the center of the world. She keeps her busy. I mean, they do craft stuff together, and they watch TV together. They'll put on a movie. They play games together. Grandpa can't do as much as Grandma can, you know?
Yeah.
I'm sore a lot, and she still loves me in ways that girl, don't mess with her grandpa. She will fuck you up. But when it comes to who she'd rather hang out with, most of the time it's Grandma, which is fine. But right now, Pumpkin is mine, and I'm going to enjoy it while I can.
Oh, you should.
YouTube censorship is absolutely idiotic. I feel like idiotic is being too kind, Faithless.
It's probably the only word that he was allowed to type in there.
Here, let me do it since I have the mic. It's retarded. And I don't mean retarded. It's retarded. I mean, it's clinically fucking retarded. It should probably be in a padded room, never allowed to leave because it could probably hurt itself and others. Monkey is excellent at the sitting in place game. You know what game? Little Butt, she's actually pretty good at Fortnite. Huh. We were talking about that tonight because she likes to play. And so when everybody's over, Fortnite for some reason always ends up on my television, and she'll ask, "Can I play?" And of course, she's the little sweetheart, so she always gets a turn. She turns into the most focused person you've ever seen in your life, Jack. Like there is nothing going on in the world around her except for her in that game. She doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. She just runs, but she is focused, man. She finished 4th the other day out of 100.
Damn.
Just by running the whole time. It was so cute. Like, go, 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 go. Yeah, she got to listen to stories about my grandchildren. Y'all take it and like it. But yeah, she loves playing games. And she's such a sweetheart, and Pumpkin is getting there. She's still nervous around people for some reason. New people, she's nervous, but as a family comes together and she's getting older and able to move more, she's getting just as involved with Little Butt, and it's fun to watch. Oh, well, at least they can't accuse her of camping. Oh no, she don't camp at all, man. She does not stop moving. There was a one cliff that she couldn't get around. We had to tell her how to get around it. So she runs around that way and keeps going. Stories of kiddos is awesome. I'm glad you like them because I have many of them. I don't have much of a life anymore, Jack.
Me either, but I don't have children. So
yeah,
it's a little harder.
Yeah, go out there and have a kid. It's not that hard.
No, I'm surrounded by corpulent Midwesterners.
Look, man. Lower your standards for once. Get a Midwest girl. Pump her full. She won't make you wear a condom. She's a Midwest girl. And then, immediately file a paternity suit against her.
Maybe if by Midwest you meant Vietnam, but Nah, I'm good otherwise.
I believe that's Far East, my friend.
Yeah, but it's their Midwest.
I heard parenting is the hardest job in the world. It's not easy. It is not easy. It's amazing. This is going to sound horrible. It's amazing how much easier life gets when they're old enough to take care of themselves. Like these little shits will run you ragged, and then suddenly one day you're just like, Greg says, then go and get some cigarettes. Exactly. Anyhow, but yeah, kids will. I don't want to say they don't destroy your life. They make it so much better in so many ways, but they will wear your ass out, man. Is it the hardest job in the world? No, it's not the hardest job in the world. Somewhere around the world right now, there's some motherfucker dangling off a building to wash windows. I feel like that's a harder job. Just the death factor alone.
I would have voted for what's that? Lena Dunham's gynecologist.
There's a good one. Of course, the military, we can't leave them out. That's a fucking hard one. I mean, there's different kinds of hard, right? Difficulty levels.
That's true.
Now, the people who say parenting is the hardest job in the world, those are people who are sucking up to parents because they want money from them, or because they're patting themselves on the back. I've raised 4 kids, and let me tell you, parenting is the hardest job in the world. Shut up, bitch. No, it ain't. It's difficult. I'm not going to lie about that, but it ain't the hardest job. Come on. But what do I know? I was out of the house most of the time I was working. Amy Schumer's waxer. She don't wax that. Come on, man. Oh, man. Jack, I worry about the world that's going to be left for those grandchildren.
Yeah, you probably should. It's going to be a disaster.
Yeah. There's I like the world I grew up in. I had a lot of fun growing up. I really did. And we had a lot more freedom than we do nowadays. And I mean that in every sense of the word. Even as a kid, I mean, we were told, go outside, go play. You tell that to a kid now, they're going to come back with the cops. If not them, then, the neighbor's going to have. She let her kid go down to the park.
Yeah, your neighbor's going to call a hotline and tattle on you.
Oh, yeah, especially with the COVID thing going on. And we're never going to be allowed out of our houses again until COVID's gone, which is fucking retarded.
Those hotlines aren't going anywhere. They're going to find a reason to keep them around so you tattle on your neighbors.
Yeah, indeed. You call those hotlines that was it de Blasio who was dumb enough to give out the hotline? And a whole bunch of people turned him in for being out in public. No, there was just so much more freedom, whether you're talking about what you could do or what you could say. And we're getting downright European over here.
Yeah, it sucks. They've beaten the awesome out of the American people. It's pathetic.
I want everybody, say your piece, even if I disagree with you. Give us something to argue about. Words hurt, Jack. Nothing hurts worse than words. Come here. Let me punch you.
Right?
I'm going to call you fat, and then I'm going to punch you in the dick. Tell me which one hurts.
That's a 1-800 okay, Karen.
I have an 8-year-old, and I seriously worry about the world he has to grow up in. I just hope it turns around. You said that would make me even more paranoid.
Yeah.
My sons are at the age, they're entering the workforce kind of age, and I worry, man. All it takes is one chick to lie her ass off. Done. Yep. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will totally kill you. Indeed. We such pussies, man. If you get hurt by words, look, I've been hurt by words. I'm not going to say I've never had somebody say something to me and then been like, I don't care. That I've never been like, that hurts. That's very not nice of you to say. But I move on with my goddamn life, and for the life of me, I couldn't tell you one of those. I couldn't tell you a specific time somebody insulted me and it hurt my feelings because I let it go.
Yeah, I'm about 80% dead inside, so it hurts a lot less than it would have a long time ago. But the last time somebody actually said something mean to me, I was like, so? And they had no comeback for that because that's their whole thing. Like, whatever.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's disgusting that people are this wounded by words.
I can tell you the last time I was hit by somebody. I know the date. It was July 4th of 1996. Oh, no, sorry. It was 97.
Are we counting the stairs?
No. The last time somebody hit me in anger.
Oh, okay.
Can't tell you what was. I remember the hit. I remember all of it. Cannot tell you the last time somebody insulted me and I gave a fuck. Yeah, those words hurt a lot more. They leave a fuck ton more lasting impression. Anyhow, we got to get a society away from being afraid of words. We got to end this fucking cancel bullshit. Cancel culture is not real, monkey.
Yes, spoken by the people that cancel others.
Yeah.
Look, I for one welcome our strong masculine invaders who are going to eventually just wander into our country and seize it from the beta males. It's gonna happen.
They're gonna be tiny little Chinese people.
Yeah, and they're gonna beat the shit out of a bunch of whiny Portland hipsters with man buns on their head that look like this Vosh guy. Seriously, if you were to look at all these crybabies, I mean, seriously, take a good look at them. You see a bunch of either scrawny pussies or overweight whiners.
Yep.
That's all you've got. And most of them have dyed hair, so they probably have some sort of mental problem from all the hair dye. That's just an excuse to come invade us.
The moment they open their mouth, you're just like, oh, pussy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why you look like that.
We are sending that image out to the globe, probably intergalactically at this point. Even aliens are like, all right, let's eat these people.
Yeah. Bunch of goddamn pussies. Stop it. You know who I blame, Jack? Women.
Well, they're the ones that cater and like, oh, you can do anything. And the dads always used to be like, no, suck it up. You can't do that. It's stupid. At some point, somebody in the relationship has to be a realist. So what they do, they took the realist out of the equation by substituting it with government.
Well, that's why I say I blame women, but it's men's fault. Because I do blame women. But you fucking men need to be men and tell women no from time to time. And right now, it's all the time. If your wife is a Karen, you need to pull her aside. No. Sorry, babe. No.
And it's hard because she'll take all your shit in the divorce.
You don't have a manager. You sit her down and go, no.
Oh, no, the judge. He's the manager in that scenario.
I suppose. My dad was a Marine. There was no daydreaming for me. Fair enough. Women can't control their compulsion to pursue security at anyone else's cost. Well, it's not just, I mean, I guess the security is kind of what it is, but no bad feelings. We can't have bad feelings. Men refuse to check women because it makes them close their legs, except it doesn't. It's perceived to make that happen. But you know what you don't see? You don't see these women running around actually with these beta fucking men.
No,
they go fuck some big dude.
And make the beta guy watch.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, that's your kink, but, you know, I don't need, I don't know. This is so fucking dumb.
There's only one kind of woman that would be turned on by these little shitbags, and it's lesbians, and they don't like dick. So you're screwed, guy. You might as well act like a man. Tell women no. Like, I understand that you don't want little Timmy to have his feelings hurt. But you know what? Sometimes that's good for him. Sometimes he needs to hear he's not the end all be all of the universe. Sometimes you need to tell his little ass to go play, that he's not the center of your universe. We didn't used to treat kids like this, Jack. Kids used to be expendable as fuck. We used to make them work in factories, man. I'm not saying we should go that far. I'm just saying we've come a long way in the last 120 years. And to our detriment in many ways. You know what? Making them work in factories when they're 8, probably a bad idea. Teaching them that they'll never lose at 8 when they don't have to try and there's no actual competition, that's not good for them. That they'll never have to hear a mean word, that's not good for them, because you can't train everybody like that. So they're going to run into somebody who hurts their little precious feelings. And then they're going to break down and cry. And you know what? Men shouldn't cry like that. If you're a man and some guy on the internet calls you a fucktard and that makes you cry, you're not a man. If you're a man and somebody makes fun of you in any way on the internet, that somebody, especially somebody you don't know, and that hurts you to the point where you actually think about it and get upset about it, you're not a man. You're a bitch. You're not even a woman. You're a bitch. And the world needs men as much as it needs women. The future's not female, y'all. The future's us, all of us. And y'all women need to start letting men be men, because you're fucking everything up. You really are. I think that's all I got to say, Jack.
Well, yeah, don't know how to follow that up.
Don't worry, Susan will get me with a hate strike for that one. I'll be hit. Well, you are hateful. Fuck off. Good times. I think I am going to end this one though, Jack. This one wasn't planned. Sometimes these are planned, you know. It's like, I went really early today. Maybe I'll do a after party later. This was just I saw something really fucking stupid on Twitter. After you stop crying, here comes the ass whooping. Do you guys remember being kids and being told, if you don't stop crying, I'll give you something to cry about?
Yeah.
Fuck. I heard that a lot as a kid.
Let me grab this Streamlabs. Thank you, Evolved Potato. The only times I've cried since puberty is when I got physically hurt and sad movies, and the time when my mom said she wished I was never born. Wow. Yeah, that last one had to have hurt.
Oh. Yeah, this motherfucker actually just doxed me.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I already reported it.
Oh, thank you. I don't care. He's a fucking lunatic or fucking pussy. Hey, pussy, you have my address. Come here. I'm crippled and I will kick the ever-loving fucking shit out of you. I will leave you bloody on my lawn. Come here, bitch. That's how much I care about you. Try me. Anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for watching. And thank you for the donation. Oh, hang on. Streamlabs coming in. I got to go over to the Streamlabs because it's a longer one. Arms Killer V2 S Taint. When my wife died, did I cry? It doesn't matter because it's none of your fucking business. Men don't show their feelings, period. If you show yours, you're on your period. There's times you can show your feelings. I mean, it depends. I'm not going to say you're wrong for not showing any feeling publicly. That's up to each man. But there's a time and a place, and there's reasons that make it okay. You know what I mean? My dad died. I don't have any problem telling you I cried. I cried like a little fucking baby when my dad died. That was my dad, my hero in life. And it was a sudden thing. Those ones hit me harder. I didn't cry very much when my mom died, Jack, but we also knew that was coming, and it built over a little bit of time. But when my dad and my brother, those ones were sudden, and those ones, There's no preparing for that because you didn't know it was coming, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I cried like a fucking baby and I have no problem saying that. Havoc, thank you. The last thing he hears is a zipper and shh, just let it happen. And Drew W, thank you. Thanks for the entertainment. And James Colley says, check the hashtag first. Thank you all. Check the hashtag. Why isn't the hashtag in my list? I just checked it earlier tonight. God damn it. I do not like Twitter sometimes. What am I checking for here? Let's see. Who said to do it? James? I don't have anything recent from you, bud. Or are you just pointing out what this asshole did? Yeah, I'd already seen that. I don't care. Don't care. But if that's what you were talking about, yeah, I saw it. World War III will be, you can't take our country. Are you racist? No, of course not. Please forgive me. Take whatever you want. I don't think it'll even be that much. I think Jack's right. They'll just walk in and we'll be like, all right, take it. Anyhow, where was I, Jack? I got distracted by donations.
I believe we were wrapping up.
Yeah, I was. But I sent 4 more. I didn't, James, they're not coming up for me. They, I'll have to go to you sent them so I can look at them from you. I don't know why the hashtag does that. It used to be just fine. James, what the hell's your name over here? You'll either have to tag me directly or get my attention because your name's not coming up for me either. Thank you, Twitter. But yeah, the last ones I see were actually from hang on, where'd it go? Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, that first one's really cute. She got a big bottom lip, but I kind of like that on women. Okay, hashtag is checked. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the donations. You guys are awesome. And Jack, would you like to shill again?
Sure. And of course, thank you for the donations. You guys are awesome. I'll throw a link to a video in.
I will be right back here, 9 p.m. Eastern time tonight, and joined by Scribe and Satsu for Lords of the Night. That's the part I was forgetting. Like, why am I going to be back here? Dog Backwards, thank you for the behind-the-scenes sticker. 9 p.m. Eastern time, Lords of the Night. I don't know if I have an idea, Jack. Let me run this by you. There's games out there that, and somebody was nice enough to buy them for me. 2 of them, they're a 1 and a 2 thing. It's about picking up women. It's a woman picking up simulator. And I thought, maybe I'll do that. I don't know how dirty the games are, but I also don't want to play them and ruin anything in advance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there's also the game House Party, which is definitely not safe for Twitter, for YouTube.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's got some fake nudity in it. And I thought about that one. Was like, okay, yeah, I don't want to take that chance. But the woman pickup simulator, I don't think has any nudity. So maybe I will do that, guys, and we'll see what happens. And so Sims for monkey. No, I'm not going to be playing Sims. I will never get to sleep if I do that. Duck Dog, thank you so much for the donation and the bye-bye sticker with the cat. Don't argue with me about what that is, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming and hanging out. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, everybody. It's a Shiba Inu.
You don't get the last word. I have control. It's cat.
Shiba.
It's